Hey guys, check this out. Diving right into the charts here. I got all your messages. I know the drop is coming. Everything that we were waiting for is happening right now. So now is almost the moment of truth. Looking here to see what Bitcoin is going to do at this level of support. So this counter trend line right here is considered a level of support. Counter trend line pulling back. And what we've been waiting for is a break of this green minor level of support right there, ultimately to see what happens at this counter trend line. So we left our counter trend line on from May. You see the blue one over there to the left. And since we left that on there, we wanted to kind of take that framework and apply it to what's happening right now, which is why as we were pushing up towards 25,000, we were unfazed because we wanted to see what happens at that level, not only of resistance, but what happens when we come back to this level of support. Are we going to bounce or break this counter trend line? So we'll see what happens. Everything is looking like we could potentially break. And I'm referencing what happened here, doing our circles here, the levels it bounced, break, bounce, break. That's what we're looking like. So we'll see what happens. And, to be honest with you, that's why, even with Ethereum dumping, Ethereum's pulling back now pretty quickly, respecting that level of resistance we had almost perfectly. And like I said before, I want to see what happens when we reach that level, that counter trend line on the pullback. That's what I want to see. So, Ethereum has a similar one in March where it pumped up crazy, then slowly pulled back, and we can actually show you guys this right here on the charts. So this one was back in March. Bitcoin's was back in May, but Ethereum's price action, where it did the same thing, was back in March. And just looking at this, we highlighted it here. This is what we're referencing right here. So we'll see what happens here. I'm very excited to see what happens at these levels. Bitcoin's very close to the level of support, extremely close, almost so close that I may have to make another video just to kind of recap today. I might do a two-a-day again. So we'll see what goes on. Fear Greed's pulling back. It's at 33. I think it reached as high as 41. I haven't looked at it that often. Crypto bubbles, everything's red, everything's pulling back. Sandbox down 18%. You got Ethereum down 9.5, XLM down 13%. So the pullback's coming. The pullback's here. Actually, it's not coming. It's here. You got Avalanche down 20%. The pullback's here. It's just a matter of how far we're going to pull back at this point. As of right now, we're on the daily time frame. We can even go to the 4-hour to get a kind of better idea and really seeing the same thing. So we'll stay on the daily from the 4-hour time frame, and just a ton of uncertainty right now is coming. So that divergence actually played out that we were talking about for a while, just because it was on a daily time frame. When you're on a daily time frame, sometimes it takes a while for the setup to come. Even if you see it, you could be waiting weeks and weeks, and that's typically what happens. The higher the time frames you go, when you see a setup, the longer it's going to take to play out naturally, right? So because each candle's either a day, each candle's a week, each candle's a month. So, that's typically what happens. So looking at that divergence that we saw here that we were talking about, the same thing, we just bring this along. That was the divergence. Up top was really showing this pullback. So we knew the pullback was coming. We just didn't know how far. So now we're going to try to see how far. And the next break, to be honest with you, looking at the level of support here, the next break is right here. So we'll look here, and that's pretty much just getting into the 20,000 range. I think it might say 21, but we can click here to see what that looks like. The coordinates about 20,021. We can actually just put 21 even, just to make it simple for everyone. Under 21,000 is the next break, and that almost aligns with the counter trend line that we have on the bottom as our moving support. So we'll see what happens. That's the level that we're looking like, and a full break of 21,000 would be a confirmation that we're, you know, the next step after 21,000, the next level of support is 18.7. So breaks 21, the next level of support is 18.7. And after that, you know, it's pretty much nothing there preventing it from dropping all the way down to, you know, 14 to 17. So take a look at that. That's just a quick market update, some technicals that we're paying attention to that we noticed on the charts today. Hope you guys got some value out of this video. Comment your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Keep moving forward in everything that you do, and we'll see you soon.